Hi guys, Nigel Farage and Richard Tice are at it again, making promises that they know that they can't fulfill. So the Reform UK company released not a manifesto but what they call their contract with Britain, which includes a number of harebrained ideas and reasonable ones, unfortunately which are uncosted. It was described by one pro-Reform UK journalist as the Tory manifesto on steroids. Farage was challenged on this and he claims that he's trying to hold Labour to account. Now, this sounds familiar.
You've got 24 pages here. You've talked about the costings, you've talked about the spendings, but some of the stuff in here, a freeze on immigration, NHS waiting lists down to 0, more police officers. You accuse other parties of broken promises, but isn't this really a list of unrealistic promises, a wish list rather than a serious plan? Aren't you doing what you accuse others of, which is chucking out a whole lot of things that sound popular in the hope you get votes that you never plan to deliver on?
It is a promise that this is what we're going to campaign for over the course of the next 5 years. These are the principles, these are the issues. Richard talked about the way we can pay for things, but this is what we're going to campaign for. I said at the very start, we are not going to be in government this time round. But we are going to provide a voice of opposition, and this outlines where we're going to challenge Labour.
Okay. Where did we hear this before? Well, back in 2019, Nigel Farage says, we're going to run the Brexit Party to hold Boris Johnson to account. So when Boris Johnson, he was saying, look, if Boris Johnson wins a majority, what we're going to do is we're going to have Brexit Party MPs sitting in Parliament challenging Boris Johnson, making sure that he implements Brexit. What happened? Well, there were no MPs. Did they challenge Boris Johnson? Of course they didn't. And part of the problem also for Nigel Farage and the Brexit Party was that they stood aside candidates. They stood down candidates. So they helped the Tories win a bigger majority. And Farage has even come out and said that. He said, yeah, what we did was we stood down candidates to help the Tories. And he regrets that because they didn't deliver the Brexit that he wanted. So he agreed, he had a promise from Boris Johnson to deliver a harder Brexit, but Boris Johnson didn't. Now he's doing it again, well, in a different way. He's saying, what we're going to do is when we win a number of seats in Parliament, we're going to hold the Labour Party to account. Hold the government to account. Now, it's likely that Farage, I still believe Farage will win the seat in Clacton. Now, it's not guaranteed, but it's likely. Will they win in other seats? Probably not, because Farage is a massive figure. He's well known around the country, and I think it's a good chance he'll win that seat. But for the other people like Richard Tice or David Bull, I think his name is, they're unlikely to win their seat. So how is Farage going to hold the Labour Party with a massive majority to account? Well, I think him actually winning the seat and being an MP would be worse for him because he has more power outside politics. So the Reform UK party or company or whatever it is just a vehicle for him to promote himself. It always has been, it always will be. It's not actually a serious party. It's not about holding Labour to account. It's about promoting Nigel Farage. And it will succeed in that endeavour. But holding the government to account, no, because it's not designed to do that. It's just about Farage. So, once again, I think he's going to win the seat. What is he going to do for the constituency? Sweet FA, like when he was a member of the European Parliament for the South East of England. He did nothing when he was a member of the European Parliament. It was just a place for him to grandstand. It was a place for him to pontificate, to promote Nigel Farage. And once again, he's going to do the exact same thing. He'll sit in Parliament, pontificate, and then appear on the BBC, ITV, and Sky News. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.